theme of this explainer piece is promoting inclusive education for orphans. The objective is to propose a new approach to address orphans' specific needs in the area of access to education. The explainer will answer 4 questions. 1. Is orphans' education a relevant issue? 2. What are the main approaches used to handle orphans? 3. Is there a comprehensive approach to ensure orphans' education? And 4. What is new in the proposed school for orphans? First of all, is orphans' education a relevant issue? Worldwide, 152 million children in the age group 0 to 17 years are orphans. 1/3 of these orphans, that is 52 million children, live in Africa. As a matter of fact, orphans are a vulnerable population facing various problems related to habitat, diet, health care, and education. Concerning education, orphans face a higher risk to be out of school compared to other children. It is therefore crucial to promote inclusive education for orphan children. Addressing the issue of out-of-school orphans will go a long way to enhance universal education, as highlighted by the 4th Sustainable Development Goal. The issue of out-of-school orphans is even more severe in Africa, where educational attainment rates are low and dropout rates are high. For instance, my estimations based on Demographic and Health Surveys (DHS) data show that the out-of-school rate among orphans in urban areas of Senegal is higher, 36.16%, compared to other children, 26.87%. In other words, 1 child out of every 3 orphans is out of school in urban areas of Senegal. After establishing the relevance of orphans' education in Africa, it is necessary to examine the main approaches generally used to handle orphans. So, what are the main approaches used to handle orphans? To respond to pressing issues faced by orphans, some individuals and entities have chosen to tackle these issues by supporting orphanages, facilities where groups of children can live and participate in school activities. This strategy is arguably based on the fact that orphans often live in poor households where their health and educational needs cannot be adequately met. However, UNICEF takes the view that growing up in an institution puts children at risk of physical, emotional, and social harm. Thus, the agency's approach to alternative care aims to strengthen families, to prevent family-child separation, and improve child protection and welfare. In this line of thought, researchers have identified many possible channels linking parent death to schooling other than income, including changes in the quality of emotional support from a parent or other caregiver, psychological trauma resulting from the death, and disruptions caused by fostering. Hence, UNICEF works to redirect resources and prioritize family-based alternative care within communities. So far, we have discussed the relevance of orphans' education in Africa and the main approaches used to handle orphans. Now it is time to answer the 3rd question of this explainer. Is there a comprehensive approach to ensure orphans' education? As far as education is concerned, I recommend a holistic, comprehensive approach including the demand approach and the supply approach. The demand of education by households highlights the fact that communities and households should be willing and able to send their children to school. The supply of education highlights the role of the educational system in providing access to education for all children. The holistic approach combines both strategies, thus emphasizing that best results come from joint efforts by households and the educational system. For instance, community and family-based cash transfer programs tailored for orphans' educational needs would help surviving parents and other responsible relatives to bear the cost of sending orphans to school. This type of program aims to buttress the demand of education. Moreover, it would be effective to invest in building schools for orphans in large African cities. This type of program aims to enhance the supply of education. Using a combination of these two types of programs, it is possible to address the main factors underlying orphans' vulnerability, that is, low income and emotional difficulties.
You know who made it.
We have examined the relevance of orphans' education in Africa, the main approaches used to handle orphans, and the comprehensive approach to ensure orphans' education. Let's move to the last question of this explainer. What is new in the proposed School for Orphans? The schools for orphans proposed here are not boarding schools where orphans can live. Instead, the role of schools for orphans is to provide specific emotional care aiming to cater to orphans' specific educational needs. It is a known fact that a child's emotional state significantly impacts their educational attainment. While positive emotions may facilitate cognitive processes, emotional difficulties can hinder educational progress. As mentioned above, orphan children could face psychological trauma resulting from the aftermath of parental death. In this line of thought, schools for orphans would recruit compassionate staff able to ensure free access to education for orphan students. These schools would make a point to recruit compassionate teachers able to patiently provide education for vulnerable orphans. Additionally, trained social workers are recruited for this new brand of school in order to provide specific counseling aiming to enhance educational attainment for orphans. Last but not least, an impact evaluation will ensure that schools for orphans are effective investments able to curb out-of-school rates among orphans living in underserved neighborhoods. Thank you for your kind attention.